Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Richie B. You have yourself a wonderful day. Good morning, Audley. You have yourself a wonderful day also. And of course, you know why we're here. We are here because of Uno. So we just want to say a very special morning to everyone who is on the bridge. And for those who plan to be on and off the bridge, morning to Unutum. I can catch you quick before I go off. And also to those people, Uno. Hello, Uno. Hello, Uno. Good morning, morning. Seen it. Morning, Team Untengle. How could I forget Team Untengle? Morning. If this is not a good day today for you, this too shall pass. If it is a good day, we pray that this day is prolonged, right? All right, seen. So, once again, thanks for joining us. And remember what we always say, untangle with me from 11 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And always come as you are, right? But I put on nothing special for come here. Or you stay where we want you. Yes, we have connected, Beauregard. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mama Kelly. How you doing?
I'm very good. You hear the latest song we're playing?
Yes, I hear it.
You play it?
Yes.
Buddy!
Latest song not easy.
Mr. Mama! Yeah, man.
Yes.
Can I tell you, I think that Saul wants to come forward in the dance hall.
You feel so?
Yes, I do.
Right.
But I don't think she wants to come forward like how she was, Don't get me wrong.
No.
I think she wants to bring the Lord Jesus Christ in the dance hall. I do. I really do.
I think she could make an impact.
I'm sure she could.
Yeah, man. Enough people miss Lady Saw, and them really and truly miss the person that Lady Saw is, the artist that she was, her whole character, everything. Everything that's nice about her. That's why them call her the Queen of Dance Hall.
I agree with you, Beauregard.
Some people say farmer, but the first Queen of Dance Hall then.
Exactly. I love that. I agree with you 100. There's just something about her that people just love.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
indeed.
So what go on?
Well, enough things are going on, Mama Kelly. The funeral services for the victims of the deadly fire in the Bronx on Sunday morning that claimed the lives of 17 people, including 8 children, they began yesterday. And, two of the young victims, a 12-year-old boy and his 5-year-old sister, were buried yesterday in New Jersey.
Mercy.
Their parents are from Mali. And Islamic law calls for the bodies to be cleansed and buried as soon as possible after death, usually within 24 hours.
Oh my goodness, what a sad situation, man.
Very, very sad. We do not know when some of the other funerals are going to take place. Some of the other victims are from Gambia. So we know that they will be sending home their loved ones to be buried in Gambia.
And is it confirmed that it was a heater that caused it?
Yes, a space heater, one of those heaters we plug in and put on the floor or something like that.
Oh my goodness. That's very, very sad.
Yes, it is.
Anyway.
Condolences to the family,
Yeah, man.
When kids are involved in things like this, it's real sad. Real sad.
It is. Any news about when we're going to be laying to rest Sydney Poitier?
No, I have not gotten information on that yet. I could look it up before the show is done, though, to find out.
Okay.
Yes.
That's another great human being. God
Yeah,
rest
man.
his soul.
Definitely. You will be missed. True indeed.
Yeah.
Earlier this morning, the president deployed 6 teams of military medical personnel to hospitals in 6 states: Ohio, Rhode Island, Michigan, New Mexico, New Jersey, and New York City. New York's Coney Island Hospital. This deployment, which total 120 personnel, come as hospitals grapple with staffing shortages as nurses and other medical personnel call out sick from Omicron. Also, one thing that we should be watching is early retirement in the medical sector. Is something to keep an eye on. I just believe that a lot of people are fatigued right now. A lot of people are tired. I feel like the nursing sector and the medical professionals, they all need a break, a lengthy vacation, but I don't see how that is possible with, all these shortages.
Oh. Let me ask you something, Beauregard. With all of these resignations, and as you said, they're calling in sick, is this an opportunity for those who want to come in that space to come in now, or is it just a big empty space?
I believe both. I don't want to say it's a big empty space, but like we say, it's a shortage of staff right now, and some people who are sick, they're hoping to go back to their jobs, and it's also the fact that it's open for new people to come in. People who are looking and training for the medical field and feel like they're ready. They probably feel like now is a time where their input can be of great use, to know that they helped out during this pandemic. So, a lot of people are moving to the medical field just the same way as a lot of people are probably stepping away. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Because why I ask is that there are people who I know who are actually moving into the medical field cautiously, actually.
True indeed. Speaking of the medical field, study finds that cannabis compounds prevent infection by COVID-19 virus. Now, the compounds in the cannabis that can prevent infection from the virus that caused the COVID-19 by blocking its entry into cells, according to a study published and done by researchers affiliated with the Oregon State University. The researchers found that two cannabinoid acids, which is known as the CBGA and the CBDA, we all know CBD products, can bind to the spike protein of the virus that causes COVID-19. And by binding to the spike protein, the compounds can prevent the virus from entering cells and causing infection, potentially offering new avenues to prevent and treat the disease.
The CBD oils do wonderful things, right? Because I know that there's a friend of mine who actually sells these oils, and there was a time when I took some of these oils, and it was supposed to be, well, I don't know, it was supposed to be for many things, but what I know it did was improved my eyesight. I am sure about that. But one thing that I find very strange is that them now push the oil where you read a while ago, them now hear them there's something there. Yeah.
And we promoted those products here on Irish Jam Radio for years. Jamaica Smooth, CBD products, the oils, the gummy bears, things of that nature, we had all those products here at Irish Jam at one point.
Well, I can testify that it does help, whatever it is that you're ailing from. I know that's what I wasn't ailing, but I was taking it just to experiment to see. And I am telling you that my eyesight got better.
Yes, so and we even had people who use the products who gave testimonies as to how much it helped them in various different ways. Many people over the years. So CBD and we all know say marijuana the healing of the nation. No hiding that.
No hiding that. No hiding that. But actually hiding that. This is it, yeah. Whoa. The more we investigate, and the more we unravel the investigations, and the more we think that they're going to be so happy to hear this. They're not happy to hear this.
I'm telling you.
So it's the more we get the feeling that it is a plan. It's a plan. We'll leave it on plan.
Yeah, so that's it from my side.
All right. So we're going to be having an interview with Mystic Revealers. Not sure if you know about Mystic Revealers. All right. Wonderful. Yes. So don't wait for me to tell you say you can come in. That is just a standard, right?
All right. No problem.
All right. Cool. So that's right. So we have Mystic Revealers live on Zoom, and we're going to be starting that interview right now. Good afternoon, Mystic Revealers. Greetings.
Good afternoon, Mama. Great to see you. Looking, why you make me feel old when I look at
Stop it, Billy. And for those who
how you look so young, man. Jesus.
No, what you do?
God really bless you, Mama. God bless you.
God is blessing you too.
I'm going to take the CBD. I look like it a
CBD. But Jah is blessing the eye too. And for those who don't know, you see Mystic Revealers, that group Mystic Revealers, we are family friends. So if we sound like when Billy said them there's something there, just forgive him, because we go so way back that, trust me, we raised our children together. We are family friends. And it is, Billy, I am just so proud of this band, so proud of this group for so many reasons. But we'll go into all the reasons as we reason, right? So, welcome to the Bridge 99 FM. Welcome to Untengle, and we're streaming live here now, right? So we're streaming to the tri-state area as we speak. So the host of Irish Jam is also with us. That's Beauregard. So from time to time, he's going to come in and ask a couple of questions. All right?
Welcome.
So in the meantime, we have about 4 minutes, but we're going to take a commercial break and then we'll come back. So in the meantime, probably you could introduce yourselves and the instruments that you play and all of that.
Well, I am Billy Mystic. I'm the songwriter, lead vocalist for the band since myself and Lion
Yeah.
formed the band and take it on seriously. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
you,
Lion as the bass player, sing a few songs and harmony and family, just
Lion,
like
that
the
song that,
Ellis.
Mr. That song that way you sing, me did I said to Billy, Billy, that tune your body, and Billy wait till me finish and him just say a lion sing it. So nice tune, Lion.
Thanks.
yeah. And Aine Lek there, my son, he was play a major role in the production of the
Greetings,
album.
Aini. So we're going to talk to Aini about the production. We're going to talk to everyone about the production. But like Aini, I'm a pick me, I'm telling you, it's too nostalgic. Anyway, Aini,
I
bless
know.
up yourself. Can we hear Aini? Aini.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Greetings.
All right. So tell them about yourself, no man.
Well, Billy Mystic is my father and um, taught me to play the guitar at about the age of about 11. And, I've been playing, writing songs, and I've been privileged enough to actually, go and tour with him and play guitar with his band on occasion. And got the opportunity to do some production work on this album as well. So, you
Okay,
know.
all right, beautiful. And for those who are looking at Billy and wondering where them see him before, Royal Palm, I see. I see for Royal Palm in here, sir. All right, nice. All right, so that's that. And before we go into the music, let's talk about the fact that you all live in Bull Bay by the sea, and Billy. Yeah, I remember when we were raising our children. I remember you said you raising yours and I raising mine. I remember you said that your children probably could have swim before them could have even walk.
Yeah, I don't know if them can remember when them couldn't swim really or help themselves, but from them young them midnight man, them grew up in the sea, You live
Right.
by the sea, you grow up in the sea. It's a part of your life.
Right. And you yourself, tell us what you do and the other part. So you're saying you're CC, you're actor, and tell us the other hat that you wear. You know,
Well,
member?
you mean surfing wise?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we are walk on water from creation, so we just keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Right, right. So Billy
We
is
love
it.
surfing. We've been surfing from the late 60s, early 70s, So in Jamaica have only a wave and we take advantage of it and teach the kids and establish the Jamaica Surfing Association and took it from there to where it is now.
Right. So Billy is a well-known surfer, international surfer, and as you say, he's established the Jamaica Surfing Association. And whenever you say surfing, people are foreign just automatically think jamnesia, and that's another thing that we're going to have to talk about and all these things. All right. So we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about the music and jamnesia. All right. So we're going to take a break. If you've just joined us, you're listening to an interview that we're having right now with Mystic Revealers. And we're going to be playing songs only from this relatively new CD, Jaja People. And the one that we've just played is one called Got to Get Away. And that one is it actually has Lion on lead. So let us talk a little bit, Billy, about the history of the band. When was it formed and who were the original members?
Oh, all right. It was formed in the late 70s, but between 79 to about 81 in that time. We were playing music together as friends,
Yeah.
and with an ambition of being good one day, but realizing that we weren't good yet, you know, and having to do what it was necessary to get to the level. And in those days, it was myself, Lion, Patch, um,
Jawad.
Jawad on drums. Nally was there with us
Yeah.
as well.
And the other pleasure named Benny, I just said, don't leave him out that thing, so.
Yeah, Benny was a good songwriter too.
Yeah.
Writing one of the songwriters in the crew. So I
Right.
think those were the original people who were there when we were creating the first
Yeah.
music, you know.
Right. As you talk about songwriting, though, Billy, I think the music, yes, is a strong part of who Mystic Revealers is. But the more I listen to the music of Mystic Revealers, is the clearer it gets that the songwriter the songwriter is the one who sends that message across, and the message is so distinctly Mystic Revealers. Tell us about your writing and how inspiration comes to you, Billy, because I know you are the main writer of songs for the band.
Real.
That is true. That is
Hello,
true.
man.
You know, but it's not because other people cannot write, you know, because right now, the son I need here, so have a catalog of music where if I'm not gonna release them, I'm gonna just
Take
go for
them.
the studio one. I'll go for the studio one during the hard drive and just take them off and just put on some vocal and just because I don't know where my way, man. But really the way in which I write my song, um, I cannot tell a lie. It's hard for me. Even when I say I'm a songwriter, I kind of feel guilty in saying that, you know, because it's like when me I write a song, I take up my guitar, 9 times out of 10, I take up my guitar and start strum some chords.
Mm-hmm.
And as we strum the chords, within the notes that build up the chords, I hear these notes coming out to me in a melody.
Mm-hmm.
And I identify that melody. And as I hum the melody over the chords that are being played, I hear these words coming to me. It's like I hear Jah singing in my head, you know, and
Yes.
I hear what Jah is singing in my head, and I just repeat it.
Yes.
And if it sounds good, me case get a pencil and a paper and write it down quick because I must repeat the song over and over and over in my head. If I don't catch it when it come in, I write it as my give to me. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm going to miss it and sometimes. Sometimes I get all a piece of a song and feel the vibes and the song and I try write and remember. You just get it, it's like you run on a train and you almost get it.
Yeah.
Hold on on it, but you know, hold it good enough if you hold on hard, you could picture over a ground, so you have to let it go and make it go on.
Yeah,
You know,
I love how you put it.
definitely.
I've never heard it put that way, but I know exactly what you mean because had this been your experience? It's almost as if you don't catch it, someone else will go catch it because
So
it's in the
that
atmosphere.
give you a certain amount of solace because a lot of the time it's really the message that is coming, and sometimes you become the vessel that bring the message, you know, but it's not necessarily always you.
Yes.
You know, see? But the important thing is that even when you listen out there, and next time you hear a man with a song and you say, yes, Jaja, you know, I see you know, it slip away from me, but it's the next man gets the energy there.
Absolutely.
Was I write a song like that one time, you know?
Right, I love how you put it, and I love when you say that you almost feel guilty when people commend you on your songwriting. I get it, and can I just say that people who are great, the ones who are inspired by the Almighty, tend to be very humble because them know say 9 times out of 10. I mean, at the most I know, man. You know.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's
man.
true.
So I get that. All right. I've always known that the band was going to be great. Remember back in the day when we were kids and no money never come, but we used to rehearse downtown in a little garage. Right.
On
Right.
Gold Street.
Right, on Gold Street, right. But one of the things that really made it very clear to me that this group of Rastaman going to be born great and them greatness I go show is when you donated sales or proceeds from sales from the song Mash Up Apartheid to the African National Congress. You know, that was such a bold move because only did Brock same way, only never popular like that, but yet still you had the presence of mind to decide, say, no matter how much money this song make, I am going to donate the proceeds to the ANC. What happened as a result of that bold move?
Well, you know, unfortunately, it never sold 10 million copies. So I don't know, but I know what little was there. You know, they inherited via them the means that were put in place at the time, considering that the ANC was an illegal entity at the time as far as South Africa was concerned. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But we give thanks, you know, we receive a letter back from the ANC congratulating us and thanking us for the move on. So it was a moral victory more so than a financial victory, you know.
Yes.
And that's what it was really for us. We realized that we are such a tiny entity. It would be very difficult for us to do anything, you know, to really change things. And we feel so well. Sometimes you put out a song and you want it to change the world, but it don't change the world, you know, but it inspire one man who come and change the world, you know.
Very
So
well
you
said.
you have a part to play in it. So if you leave that way, go, you know, who knows what inspiration it carried for people unless we do a survey, you know what I mean? And we never really fortunate enough we can do a world survey to say who did hear this and who was inspired by it. But we just go with the faith. Say Jamaica made the song, that made it publishable, it was put out, and therefore that is what God did want. So we hope say it reached the ears where it's supposed to reach.
I can remember they telling us that keep on singing songs of freedom, you know. So that
Yes.
was a good
Encouragement.
virus of, yeah, you know. Sing, keep
Yes.
on song, not like some of the song that is playing now. I feel disappointed, you know. You know,
Right.
so well, so much of our good songwriters and singers go to all of this and they will come to make it down. You know what I mean? Gotta be
Yes.
careful, man, and pull up the reggae music. You know what I mean? But it's always good reggae music. And you know, the
Right.
young Tiny Leg can still writing good reggae music because it's a good sign, you know? You can't say it's done. It's never
Right.
been, you know?
Nicky
Trust me.
Symbol is also part of the group. He's not there now, but just to make a mention that Nicky Symbol is also part of the group. All
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
So let's talk about your debut album, Young Revolutionaries. That's a song that Mash Up Apartheid was on, right? That's the album
Yes. Yes.
that Mash Up Apartheid was on.
Yes, man, that's right.
All right. So that one was in 1992, and then Ja Works was in 1993. So, and they're both excellent CDs. I mean, you know, to me, when I listen to Mystic Revealers, it takes me forward in time. It takes me back in time. It just takes me on a universal journey. And I need you to know as a listener, even more than as a selector, because with a band like yours, I am more of a fan. I mean, a too fanish, you know, but trust me, I am a fan more than a selector. And I just want you to understand before we seal off this interview just how much your music and your words do for people. It enters our souls. It enters our souls in a beautiful way, and it changes the day that we're having when we listen to the sound.
Thanks, Mama.
Thanks,
You
man.
know, and
Really.
with a fan like you, we don't need no AC. Trust me.
That's Billy. All right. So before we get to the new album, fairly new because it was 2020, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right. So before we get to that, we have to talk about the fire because it seems to me that they're related. So you had a fire where you are in Bull Bay, and you lost memorabilia and physical music catalog collection. Tell me a little bit about that and how you survived it to the point now where you have a Pandi Veranda studio. Make we take it to this. So
Well, well, I lost a lot of things, more so than even the music we were making at the time that we lost, because some of it we were able to get because like some of the tracks that we were doing, like at Grafton, those tracks were still in the studio, so we were able to get back those two tracks we had them at the time. Um, um, and some of the other things we were able to easily remake. You know, it was an inspiration because we set up recording capacity at the home, and it was like, wow, a brand new toy. We can actually record music. We can actually make something and take it from an idea or a sound in our head and turn it into real music, you know. And with the help of Aini and Ika and Ishak, you know, in terms of that musical access to those musicians right here at home, really. And also knowing that we have lots of friends in the music business over the years that if I ask them, come and give me a couple tracks, a keyboard or whatever, they are willing, you know, and supportive. So, you know,
Right.
that fire really pushed that creative, renewed that creative spark because I lost so much stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we need to make music, man, you know. So it really inspired me that way to get going with this music that we were always saying we need at home studio. And it evolved into what it is, just turning, putting enough mics with the capacity to capture what we were doing on the veranda and with technical capacity and understanding where some of them have and thing and apply it to the thing. We get a sound that we feel comfortable with, knowing that it's all about capturing music. It's and some of the time you book the best studio and you're going to the best studio to go and record something, but the magic doesn't happen, you know. When you have the facility at your disposal, if you're in the middle of trying to record something that don't work, you can say, I'm gonna try it later. You can't do that when you book some big studio because when you come out of the studio and say, I'm gonna stretch my leg. When you look, you see 16 man sit down in the waiting room outside and wait for them session to start as soon as you're and then, you know what I mean? So it was wonderful having the ability to just do it. If I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and say, you know, I'm gonna try the voice, you know. You know what I mean? That kind of freedom was something that was able to come out as a result of
Of the
being
fire.
also on the fire. Yes.
Wow. So you know, I remember talking to you right after the fire on air. And I remember the listeners saying because everybody was like, oh my goodness, and so sad, including myself. And the way how you dealt with that fire, it inspired so many people across the world listening. Because I remember you, Billy, saying that, you know, first of all, you know, oh, Jah bless no one, no curse, and your faith in the Almighty was just so strong. And you know, it's moments like these that people test them faith, and me tell you, man, you come out shining. Remember that.
Well, give thanks. So you just have to be honest to yourself, you know. Sometimes it's difficult to be honest to yourself, you know. Because it might put you in a bad light. Why you never have a fire extinguisher? What the people them are doing at the place? Right? How them get access to matches? You know what I mean? It's easy to blame yourself for a lot of things, you know? So you have to look at yourself and you go buy some fire extinguisher now, even after the fact, because fire is a thing, when you because it happened one time, means it can't happen again. So you try to prepare and learn from your mistake, them, you know what I mean? And show everybody where them is and you try to be conscientious of that, you know.
No life lost, you know.
That is a great thing.
That is the great thing.
You know,
All
No
right.
life.
All right.
and if we had lost someone,
That would
we
be
would be
so
willing to give up every material possession to get back that one life. So if the
Absolutely.
house burned down and nobody not dead, make it come in like it's a house me pay to save the life them, and that is a lick that I want keep because
I love how you look at it. Oh, you're listening to the voice of the Mystic Revealers right here on Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. You know, when I reach this one, you see, because you know, so me just come forward, you know, so me just get my CD. So forgive me for all the people who have them CD long time and know say it bad long time, me just know. See? All right. So you see, when I was listening to this song, really, the first thing that came to me is we need to really get it clear for those singers and players of instruments, especially people who use their voices, that your voice is an instrument. You see, as soon as I heard this one had me stuck for a long time. I tell you the truth. It's number 6 and I don't know what 7 or 8 and 9 sound like until long after. Because this one had me so calm and actually happy. It's as though you brought your surroundings into our space, and that is a wonderful thing. Let's talk about the instruments otherwise and who responsible for the music on this one and the album generally.
well, this one I think all me did really play upon this because when we were laying the track initially, and I was playing a rough vocal and a strum a guitar. I think that's about as much as we do on this. Majority of the work was really I like do the majority of the work on this the guitar pieces, a lot of the arrangement.
PS line.
Yeah.
I as well.
Yeah, so him is the one who's gonna have to tell you all about one of your favorite songs.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a commercial break, and Heidi, ready up yourself because you're going to have to come in now and tell us all about the music and just the peace of mind that this music that. Sure, no man. We're going to take a break. We're soon forward. Okay, Annie, so let's talk music now.
Yes, yes. All right. So the track, Just Can't Deny It. It's actually one of my favorites on the album. It was actually the first track that we recorded on the veranda.
Yeah.
And as Daddy said, that guitar that is strumming in it, the whole song kind of built around that guitar. At the time when we recorded it, we didn't, I mean, this whole album was a learning experience because at the time when we laid that track, we didn't even know how to put in a click track in the program that we're using. And so that guitar strumming really create the whole vibe of the song. It's not done to a click track. So it kind of have that breathing feeling where the tempo isn't rigid, it's moving. And and then I think that for some reason, I don't know if it's beginner's luck or the energy, but when we did that song, the sound of that's like the audio quality of that song, I think it sounds very unique. And really, we produced that song with like very basic, no whole heap of plugins and no whole heap of not a lot of post production, just very basic, simple post production. And yeah, it was magical. But yeah, everything is kind of just built around that strumming guitar. Also, like the chord progression in it is very unconventional. And it comes out in the melody, the vocal melody, and also like the changes in the song when it changed from one section to the other. The kind of emotional feel that it have, it's not very typical because the chords, I mean, that is not a schooled musician, but like you would think that a schooled musician would have come up with that chord progression.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And then my favorite part in the song actually is very, very hard to hear. And it's my nephew Micaiah's, when his father was playing the keyboard, when Isaac was playing the keyboard, he had walked up and just touched like about 3 or 4 keys.
Yeah.
Little, weird little melody. And it's like less than half a second long. And you can hardly hear it. You have to know that it's there.
Wow,
Um,
but and you talk about the
That's
simplicity,
yeah.
and I think that's exactly what grabbed me. The simplicity. I didn't have to focus on the whole heap of something. All I needed to focus on was the beauty of the sounds that we were listening to, and it tells us that perhaps, just perhaps, sometimes music can be overproduced.
True, definitely.
Yes.
Um, and our recording space too is not sterile at all. Like if you were to isolate tracks and listen, especially the mic tracks, you'd hear so many people talking in the background, people walking, you probably hear the dog bark.
Rooster.
Oh my God. Well, all right, all right. So we get it. All right. So Um, very briefly, because sure, we're running out of time. But very briefly, for those who are listening, and you heard Billy say earlier that they got a lot of help from musicians, because that's a space that has always been promoting musicians. So let us talk briefly about Jamnesia and what Jamnesia has been doing. All those names that you can hear, the Chronics, the Janines, the whole of them, they started at Jamnesia. Let's talk briefly about that.
Yeah, well, it's really from the kids too, because all my old equipment and guitars and all them things is at home and they weren't being used. And the kids came to me and said, why don't we have a live show on the weekends? And that's how Jamnesia started with intention just for them to be able to play some music, maybe in front of some real life people in a real life setting. And we weren't anticipating the surfers that really frequented our space as the potential audience. And it just grew out from there so exponentially. And we realized how many young artists out there were craving for somewhere to perform, but they had not made a name for themselves to the point where somebody who's going to promote a live show would be calling them to come and perform on the show. So, it would be a dream for them. And Jamnees have opened up that dream to a reality to so many of those young people that they were able to get a stage on which to perform and hone their stagecraft, which is a huge part of any artist's repertoire, not just the songs he has in his catalog and how good
Right.
in the studio, but how well he can perform on a stage and connect with a live audience in front of them. And Jammies
Right.
have provided that.
Right.
So,
That will definitely earn for all of you a space in reggae music history. Undoubtedly. I don't want Nikki Hand get too tired, but you're holding up a sign that says, "Tell Billy I said hi. Spent New Year's with him." And she told me about that experience actually. So Nikki, bless up yourself. She blessing you up and she told me about the experience.
yes, well, every New Year's Eve we have a wonderful little bonfire on the beach, and there's a surfing component because one of the objectives of the countdown is to try and catch a wave and surf from the previous year and surf into the next year. So like you ride one wave, ride from one year into the next. And so at midnight you have to be out in the water, try to catch the golden wave.
Oh, that sounds so honey.
Yeah, music, and you know what I mean, good vibes and
Fire.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, them with it. Beauregard, you want to ask
Glad you enjoy
anything?
yourself, Nicky.
No, I'm enjoying the interview actually and just learning, hearing about their experiences and things of that nature. One of the questions I was gonna ask, I'm not sure if they were experienced any of this, but I know, more time I ask artists who are their influences and inspirations, but I also want to ask them, was there any competition for them at the time?
Well, not really, because of the way our music was. We were kind of a unique group. We came in at a time when, obviously Bob Marley had just passed and Jamaica was scrambling for an heir to the throne. And we know that it was King Yellowman that went on the throne, and the music took a definite turn towards dancehall. At that time, I don't think that the international market was ready for dancehall at that level. It was brand new to them, and it hadn't seeped into their blood so much yet. And they were looking for music more in the genre of Bob Marley, Burning Spear, more traditional reggae music. And as a young group coming up that was playing music, more reggae music as a self-contained group, we were kind of unique at the time and like the latest new group that was coming out. So we had a kind of little space for ourselves. That's how we were able to break into Europe and into the States. And that really assisted us a lot at the time. But in terms of inspiration, because we are a musical group, the inspiration came from all of us, and each person was inspired by various different artists. But as a band, I love Burning Spear and his ensemble that he put together all the while. Of course, I was impressed with Steel Pulse when they came onto the scene as well. Aswad, those were some of the international bands. Of course, Third World was played a major role in terms of influence and showing us that music didn't have to be in shackles and chains. You could have expressed yourself musically, and have success in it. So, we had a lot of influence and inspiration, and some of our stable mates, like Garnet Silk, people were we were going up together, you know what I mean, into the music industry. Those were good times as well. So, inspiration actually came from any good music, any music that you love, you respect it. So it wasn't like, oh, I only listen to Third World. You love some song with Third World thing, but you love some song where Aswad play, and you love some song with Fab Five have, and I mean, various groups have hit songs, and
Man,
them appeal.
I'm on the same mission, mission of building a new world. Every group like that, we associate ourselves with them. It's not like no competition. It's like we're on the same mission. You alone can't do it.
Same, sir.
It's like how can you do it by yourself? There's so much thing to be done, bro.
Right.
Let's do it.
And it's not fun by yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. As we wind up, how well is the album doing?
Well, I'd like know, because of some digital thing going on, and you have to go on it every day and see the downloads and all those things. But we don't have any money to put in any promotional program. We've looked into promotional programs, what it would take nowadays to promote a thing, and we get to see something, and people say, oh, them can put that thing together for 11,000 US or 15,000 US. But unfortunately, we're not signed to a company. We don't have a company that feel that is a reasonable investment at this time. We just put out the music for those who have ears, let them hear, and
True.
let them take the message into them heart. And if them really love it, they will play it all the while, and people associated with them will hear the music all the while and get to listen them and know them and realize that there's something in this music that maybe I had to focus and listen to it for a while first before I realize the beauty of it, When I
Beautiful.
discover the beauty of it, then I understand,
I
That's
think
how Bob Marley was for me,
right, right.
Bob Marley was the first artist that I jumped to. Once I listened to the standard Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac and Hugh Mundell and all of them artists there, the dancehall. And Bob Marley, when he signed to Chris Blackwell, it sounded like they're making some foreign music. It never sounded to me like reggae, But fortunately, I was abroad and had no access to any reggae music. And did that dying to hear some dancehall music. So I never share some of my dance cassette with me. Up there.
um,
And
yeah.
the next thing we know, I'm say, I have some reggae music. I'm say, what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at like an Exodus album, the man have. I said, crap. Exodus, that are some funky music. And he said, give it to me. Give it to me anyway. I'm gonna put it in on my plate. And the first me ever realized, say, a racha or reggae music by Marley I play. When me
Yeah.
hear it in that environment, I hear how it sound compared
All
to
right.
everything that was playing. And, make me
We're
embrace that.
winding up. No, because time running out on us. I hate when this happens. But you know what you can do for me, Billy? The same way you got mine to me. May I suggest that you get a copy to my colleague Beauregard, because he's always just so excited about getting some of the stuff that, that we don't have. And that's a great way to promote your stuff, because I'm
Yes,
here
of
in,
course.
yes,
No,
I'm
but
here in Jamaica.
me go to some people and ask them, and them say, yeah, man. They say, boy, I love do an interview and talk about what reveal. And them say, yeah, man, no problem, $35,000. Yeah, man, that's a price to me, but we can't say nothing to nobody because I've been out of the business so long that maybe that is what is going on. I
Don't
don't
worry
know.
yourself. Don't worry. We're going to bridge that gap. We're going to bridge that
All
gap.
right,
All right. So,
all right,
no, no, no. Hold on. Hold on. So, 2 copies, my dear. One for
yeah,
Nicky Z and one for Beauregard. And
all right,
I will hand it to my producer, and I know they will both get it. All right?
all right.
All
Will
right.
do. Look out for it.
All
Say I'm
right.
a man of my word, so look out for it.
I know you're a man of your word. I'm going to close with the one that had me down by the beach the other day. And trust me, Billy, you see, me I play the CD, me I play the CD. You see, when me play that one, when me going to leave with, I tell you this. A beautiful rainbow just come right up into the sky. And me I say, Most I my favorite track that too.
All right. So I want to big up China them because we recorded that track down in the yard
Yeah.
with China. He contributed to the thing, and all the brethren them down there from English Chow added the drums and them thing.
And this is I have it,
And yes, I can we never get to big him up, play bass and a number of the track. Yeah.
All
You know,
right. Well, it's the
talented
first interview
musician.
gone almost. It's a good thing Nicky love us, so.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Big up.
All right. So thank you very much for those who are listening. You're listening to the Mystic Revealers. This is a real deal. For those who are talking about reggae music, this is authentic reggae music. As I say, the music you're going on your soul and make you smile and make you have a wonderful day. Mystic Revealers, man. So we just want to say thank you very much to Mystic Revealers for doing this interview. We want to bless up Beauregard and the Iri Jam listeners. Sorry, my mistake. The Iri Jam listeners and viewers. Bless up Team Untengle, Richard Rainford, otherwise known as Richie, Master Control Operator. Also want to bless up Romaine, Vision Mixer, producer Vaughn Thorpe, and Nikki standing by. See? So we're going to leave you with this beautiful track from the Mystic Revealers. Iri Jam listeners, bless up on yourself.